Hello and good afternoon. I'm Corey Altman and I'm going to be talking about California streaming. First off the bat, this is my table of contents. We're going to go over objectives, target our audience, engagement model, the social media plan, another social media plan, and a marketing campaign cover and marketing campaigns. So first off, my objectives are to post content on a lot of social media pages like Snapchat and TikTok. Those are the new upcoming trends. Require all regions to be on Instagram and Twitter. For those reasons, those are the most upcoming social media platforms and easiest to connect with people who are on the move, traveling fans. Engage with the platforms. Get content from your fans, ask them questions, expand the app digital footprint even further within the app, in-app engagement among the fans. Hire good photographers, editors, and graphic designers to pull out appealing and informational content like good images from games or questions from post games. Highlight the app's innovative tool that customizes preferences for live actions, information report, and pre and post game analytics, and what else you see on the screen. The target audience, social media, this is what I want to keep in mind. Social media platforms can be discounted for some of the user groups, even through numbers of users who do not come close of other platforms, but who are we talking about? What target audience? Well, who are we talking about? NBC Sports, my teams, but users between the age of 18 and 35 spend 75% of their social media time on their smartphones. That's a large amount of time on their phones, and it's gonna rise in coming years. We should target the millennials and centennial generations. Facebook is becoming obsolete. No one's really using that to communicate with fans, but with Instagram and Twitter are among the most commonly used for my team app. But I believe they should do a experimental trial and error on TikTok, because that is one successful platform that you have seen blow up in the past 6 months. With kids, with teens, you could have a lot of stuff, interactions on there, overlooking of expansions of new audiences. You can grab anyone's attention on that. Engagement model in comparison. The fan engagement model describes in Chapter 5 aligns with 4 engagement components used for my team's app. Because of the strong ambitious to enhance for fan experience on digital platforms, it is very important to put out daily content. I believe heavily in daily content, because if you do multiple different things, random things throughout the week, you can't pull in the grasp of everyone. But if you do daily content, it's great. Number one on the fan engagement model is to host fans. We will be doing that by giving daily updates and reports. Increasing the number of users we host is a driving factor in generating revenue. Number 2 on the fan mobile model is a driving factor, is connecting the fans in our model. I feel it overlaps with number 3 of the fan model, enhancing the live experience. The app connects fans alike through our use of social media platforms, like connecting with them game day, post game, in game, whenever, and while people are on the move. So I believe this is a great model for comparison for this. And the concept of when and where on the fan engagement is something to consider, because our app's engagement model be successful is need to be considered when the app is being used, and while it's being used at how we want the app to utilize, and how it will be utilized could ultimately be two different things in life. On to the next thing. The platforms that we could use in each region correlate to the platforms with the most activity is not used in the area. Instagram and Twitter, every NBC Bay Area region should have an account on both Twitter and Instagram. Facebook is not really used anymore, but I believe heavily in Twitter and Instagram on news updates for fans. But both platforms could theoretically have the same content posted. For example, when a graphic on the Warriors winning a game is posted on Instagram, then it should be posted on Twitter. So you're getting double the views, but you're getting more revenue looking at your page. Same goes to poll questions. If the Warriors decide to ask a question on Twitter of who is the better Splash brother to their followers, they would do the same poll format and watch the votes flying from Twitter and Instagram as well. Those poll questions could also opportunities read more into the author's name, article tomorrow morning on NBC My Team's app. Now we're on to Snapchat and TikTok. Our more successful regions should consider a trial run to see fans' reactions for some of our smaller regions. Snapchat can be used for quick post-game reels of the game or clips of post-game interviews. It is a platform where the content should be really quick, simple, and not overthinking it. Just throw it out there because they're on the move. They're tapping through their phones, watching things randomly. Same goes for TikTok. However, they are more freedom with TikTok is my own opinion. For example, if the San Francisco Giants decide to incorporate TikTok, they could have their mascot keep up the trends and the dances and do bloopers and show the team locker room, practices, whatever's going on in an everyday life as an athlete. Bay Area platforms. As you can see from the chart, NBC Bay Area only manages one Instagram account. That's insane. All the regions areas should be managed Instagram accounts. Managing accounts on multiple platforms will allow NBC to reach a broader audience, which will help increase revenue, advertisements, and downloads daily. I'm looking at this and I'm like, NBC A's are the only ones with Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, but Facebook is obsolete at the moment. So you really are looking at Instagram and Twitter mass. Social media plans, full mobile app experience. The formatted goal of increasing downloads will more likely be successful in the proper use of these social media platforms is creating unique content, just not things that are appealing to the eye, something that you can just look at and be like, wow, and send that to a friend. The message we send to our users should be engaging and useful. It is considering that there will be days with no exciting content, but that is why we take advantage on social trends happening on these social media platforms. Here are some different marketing campaign tools that you could use in a posting. And then here's some campaigns. Marketing, we need highlight to multi-use of the app. Restart. It is a strong selling point and app significantly designed for only your team, where you can get the latest updates, articles, stats, and even stream the game live. The app separates itself from competitions between competitors, because you do not have to sift through teams you don't care about. Like if you're in DC, you get all the DC sports. If you're in a different city, you don't have to shift through all the different things. But when you're in San Francisco, you can do all the San Francisco stuff in California and grab all the information you need out there. We will still have users using the app on desktop computers or laptops. We should continue to have advertisements on all those websites to download the app. The ultimate goal is to have the content that is perceived as more valuable than the competition for marketing. Our social media teams will not only cover their region professional teams, but possibly local high school teams, like young athletes that are succeeding in that area, in the Bay Area, that could be competing for the Olympics. Because many teams can't compete. Many leagues don't allow their players to compete in the Olympics. So the high schoolers bringing that in and showing that to the world or to the region is going to be just bringing more and more money and revenue into it. Sponsorships and endorsements. Sponsors should be well represented teams for obvious reasons. It is where fans are always looking and attracting the most viewers. Obviously, there will be commercials for apps on the NBC local networks, but there should also be advertisement on local NBC channels aside from sports. Cable is obsolete and still should be a serious point of interest in gaining downloads. To engage with local communities more, we should sponsor local events, food drives, Little League tournaments, AAU tournaments for basketball, 5K for a foundation runs, and many other things that you can bring out there. Thank you very much for watching and listening. If you have any questions, you can email me. But thank you so much and have a great rest of your summer.